Welcome to the Living Elan podcast, where we help you reclaim your confidence and energy through taking control of your wellness. I'm Paige Hope.
And I'm Tracey. Join us for quick chats on wellness, personal growth, hormone regulation, and more. And welcome to another episode of Living Elan. And I am so happy to share that I am on with the incredible Paige Hope. And can I just say, Paige, what I couldn't be more happy and proud of, now I'm going to start getting teary-eyed, is this is my 50th time that I've been able to say, welcome to another episode with the incredible Paige Hope.
Wait, you're getting teary. It's making me teary. She just told me literally 10 seconds before this episode, and she goes, you know this is our 50th episode, right? And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I just want everyone to know Tracey goes above and beyond for this podcast. No, she's shaking her head. She's like, no, I can't. Okay, I'm going to get teary-eyed again. We are building this community. And when I met Tracey 2 Novembers ago, was it 2 Novembers ago?
It will be 2 years, November 18th this year.
She remembers dates.
I don't know why.
But it's important because
superpower.
Always remember your anniversaries, okay? And I remember sharing, what we needed to do. It wasn't just a product, but it was building a community. It was building education series. It was helping empower consumers. It was helping people live with more energy and confidence. And just seeing Tracey light up and being able to give her a platform like the Living Elan podcast to share her knowledge of 25 plus years. And also me being able to be beside you for 50 episodes.
50 episodes, girl.
Crazy.
Wait, can we just do a little high five?
Yes. Woo! Please get that on camera. Because it is truly and I also have to say, I believe it's the average podcast closes out after episode 7 or 8. It was a really low number.
I remember you sharing.
And then the next big phase was in the 20s. Mm-hmm. Well, these ladies don't quit.
Oh, no.
To be at 50, Tracey.
50 episodes.
I just want to say thank you for putting your heart and soul into this, because this is more than just a podcast. It is lifestyle. It is sharing experiences, all the crazy things you've been through to then help others and all of the other people that they're then going to help. And it's this beautiful network and community that you have really helped spearhead. Wow. I could get more emotional.
Well, thank you for being able to give that to me. But really, as you just said, it's a community. It's both of us here going back and forth.
It's 90% her, you guys.
Whatever. She doesn't know that I'm also about ready to interview her. What she doesn't know is she really doesn't know the episodes before we start. And she'll just ask me, so what's the topic, Tracey, ahead of time? And I said, we're doing our 50th, I said, episode. And also, though, Paige, it's our birthday week, meaning 1 year ago this week, launching Elan Pure, your baby, your heart and soul, what you went through, and then how it dropped into you. If you don't mind, I really want this episode to be about asking you questions and then truly sharing, because it's not easy. I just want to just kick it off by saying this. A few weeks ago, I was on a TikTok live, and I share with people the easy thing to do if we want to go into product development. Just go to a manufacturer. Just take something white label, nothing. And I'm not trying to shame somebody if you have, right, to get you started off the shelf. But Paige really had a true story behind it for herself, her family, people's well-being. So she knew that she was going to take her own money, her own time, education, figuring this out to bring this forth. It's not for the faint of heart at all. And now here we are 1 year later, when you just said most podcasts don't make it, businesses don't make it after a year. It's not easy. But before we get there, Paige.
Guys, if we cry,
I know. I'm like, here we go. There may have to be part 2 to this. I'm not sure. Would you take us back to that moment? Because I don't even think I ever asked you this question this deep. And it sat last night when I was thinking about no, this is what we're doing. It's our 50th episode. It's our birthday week. No coincidence.
That is crazy.
But what I hadn't asked and I realized, so I apologize, but I'm going to ask now in our whole audience, what was the moment that you decided, oh, I'm going to create a non-toxic self-tanning brand. Like, I want a product. Like, I'm thinking, here you are, you're in the tech space, right? I mean, you are good at what you do. Let me just be real clear with people. This wasn't like, some little IT geek. Sorry, I love my IT geeks. Like behind a desk, like no, we're talking like running a business, building a business, bringing on people, right? The technology. But all of a sudden in the middle of that, can you just take us back? Like, what was that? How long did that thought? It's going to be a couple of questions, right? Mm-hmm. When was that? How long did you have that thought before you even took action? And what was that first step of like going, ooh, this is what I'm going to do? So, there's a lot of questions. Okay, I better just stop.
It is crazy. It's crazy just going down memory lane because I get emotional just even thinking about our birthday week because I had wanted to launch this years and years and years ago when my sister was diagnosed with her autoimmune disease in 2020. But then when I started, I was going to a hair growth clinic in 2020 because I was losing my hair. And I was, under these red light lamps. They were doing these scalp massages. Like, I didn't know that it was due to hormone dysregulation. Yeah. And so way, way, way back then when I'm building this tech company, working with hundreds of other brands, I was able to see the disconnection from the brand to the consumer. I could see claims weren't correct. I could see that consumers put a lot of trust in these brands with these claims. And when I turned around the self-tan bottle that I was using, when I was starting to learn about products and what could potentially be leading to my hormone disruption, I remember that being the main thing that made me feel confident. And I remember when I started reading, there were 6 endocrine disruptors in this product that I was using. And I start slowly learning about it. And I'm like, I'm not an expert like I am today with ingredients, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, PEG, that's a PEG. Oh, I know that's bad. And then I scroll down and I'm like, oh, there's added fragrance. I know that's bad. And then I scroll down a little bit more. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's red 40. Oh my goodness, there's yellow 5. And I'm like looking at all these things and I'm like, and like, like the little like, oh gosh, this is what I've been putting on my skin for years. And that was literally the moment that I was like, I started to get knowledgeable a little bit. I started to realize I want to take control into my own hands. I don't want to rely on a hair growth clinic that actually isn't going to heal me from the inside out. I don't want to rely on these brands that are making these false claims. Let's call it what it is. I wanted to then be the person that could impact millions. I'm not even going to say thousands. I'm going to say millions of people's lives to give them more energy and confidence. And I took that and I said, okay, I'm going to heal my hormones. I'm going to go on this journey myself so then I can tell people what actually works. And then I'm going to work directly with a chemist so I own the formula. And I'm going to make sure that regardless of what any manufacturer or chemist says, there's going to be no added fillers. There's going to be no hormone disrupting ingredients and ingredients that are possibly linked to cancer. So that is why it took 2 years, Tracey, because let's be real. Little Paige coming in with her little heels and blonde hair being like, no, sorry, we can't have this in it. We can't have that in it because everyone wants to put preservatives in it. They think it's, everyone wants to put all these harmful preservatives. And so I had manufacturers turn me down and I had manufacturers that couldn't do it.
Please share with you because there's no doubt people probably told you couldn't be done. Mm-hmm. You need to do this. Mm-hmm. Turn you down. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to make sure that our audience and what went through your mind, like when people come back, because that's not an easy thing. You start maybe doubting yourself. So I just, if there's anything there, or I'm looking at Paige because I know her, she would be like, nope, who's next?
Thank you next, as Ariana Grande would say. Yes, I do remember. What's crazy is I started to go through, when I thought about Elan Pure, yes, it started with the tan, but I always saw something bigger. And I was like, I still need to live the lifestyle that I'm going to be portraying. It's not just, again, the product. It's like, okay. Yeah. So I stayed really optimistic through it. Like I didn't let the rejection come to me. I was like, no, this is part of the story.
Please, and I want everybody to hear that. She didn't let the rejection get to her. It's part of the process. Keep going.
Part of the process. And I remember this one manufacturer, I was going through the ingredients that I wanted and they were literally like, I have never heard of that. You cannot get that organic. And I was like, you absolutely can. I remember saying that to them on the Zoom call. And it was this cute old lady and this probably like middle-aged man, and I literally just remember being like, You absolutely can.
Everybody write that down. No matter what people say to you, you absolutely can. Truth.
Needless to say, I didn't go with them because they didn't believe in the mission. They didn't believe in the product. And that was the other thing is I finally found someone that really believed in what we were doing and understood that the sourcing was really important, understood that we do want to prioritize organic ingredients when we can. We don't want any of those toxic emulsifiers and fillers that all of these other brands have. And we really do want to be unique in market with that foam and lotion hybrid.
Yeah.
So when you find, and this goes with employees, vendors, when you find people that are passionate about what you're doing, bring them in, build them up. I'm always sending intros to my chemist. I'm always trying to make sure that I'm helping their business grow because they're taking a chance on us. It's not, it's a risk when a manufacturer or a chemist partners with a small brand that is self-funded. They have to start with smaller volumes. I had to start really small.
Yes.
And that's a risk for them. Brands get shut down all the time. Manufacturers don't get paid or vice versa. Manufacturer fails, the brand doesn't get their stuff. So it's definitely, the lifestyle we are living, the living alone lifestyle, we are building them up. And same with employees, like someone like Tracey, and I always give her massive shout outs. So I'm like, there's no surprise here, but I'm like someone that has this much experience as Tracey does during our birthday week. We just have to promote this. And the 50th episode, it's like someone at Tracey's caliber, you guys have heard what she does and has done. And it's like someone like her willing to come on board because of the mission and willing to come onto a freaking startup that is self-funded, no VC. Like she is getting back into the grind and getting back. And you know what? Like seeing that, I'm just like, I will make sure I thank her every single day of my life because genuinely it is also the army behind you, the vendors, the team, all of it.
And I do know it's everywhere. I mean, thank you for the kudos, but I just want to say this is definitely not, I want to reflect it back on you, because it's the leadership. I've seen a lot of successful companies, but I want to say it's about the leadership and the mission. And one thing I've seen about you and I have watched is you have told people, oh, heck no, we're not doing that. Oh no, we'll figure it out. No, I don't need your business. I mean, I'm like, oh, she can like go on it. Like,
oh yeah.
But that's why I want everybody to know, like, no, don't give up on yourself. But it comes this mission, you attract people like myself because you are so in it and you're not wavering. That's it. That in consumer, I just want people to understand, and I know this about Paige, and we're going to go back to before it launched here in a moment, but I know how personal you take when that shows up on your doorstep, when somebody pulls out a card, believes in you, puts their card in, as in your credit card, something gets shipped. Now you're pumping this on your body, right? You're putting it on because you want to feel confident and beautiful. I know how personal you take that. I've seen people take it as a transaction, but this is way more than that. For you. This is people's livelihood, well-being, and feeling so good. And I know you don't waver on any of that. Like I said, sometimes the easy thing to do is to take the shortcut. I'm going to be honest. You don't take the shortcut. That's the hard thing to do. I know it's going to make me so cry.
I cry too because I'm just like, in everything we do as a business,
people don't know.
Even, I look at like how we've...
I know. Okay, keep going, Paige.
Oh my gosh. Like even to the customer support, I think there are so many brands that don't take customer support seriously. And there are times when I'm looking at our financials and I'm like, like we, look at some of these returns or whatnot, or if there's a faulty bottle, we're sending a free one. Like there are so many things as a business that we want to put and make sure that like, we do understand that we are priced a little bit higher because of our sourcing and because we're organic. And, at the end of the day, you still have to put food on the team's tables, right? And I think a lot of people don't understand how that works, right? Yeah. And, at the end of the day, I look back and I'm like, you know what? Like, that's okay. Like, we always want to make sure that our customers get the better end of the deal. And like, that is the ethos as well, is it will come back to us. But you know what? We want to make sure that we're spreading not only good energy with how we're treating our customers, we have good products, but we're also like we are literally promoting this lifestyle of and more energy and confidence, but also, you know, we talk a lot about the law of attraction, and there's so many things that we are genuinely trying to get out there to people so that you can live better lives.
Because everybody wants that.
And have a good glow at the same time.
Hey, everybody wants a good glow. Okay, now speaking of good glow, I share a lot because I don't even think, for me, this meant so much. And I think she gets it now because what I'm about ready to say, I've said so many times because I'd share with people. Now listen, at one point when I first met her, she'd let me know this has been through 16 iterations. And I was like, I know what that means being in product development, right? You go through one iteration, you know how it is when you have to change anything. Then the second, the third, you could get worn out and go, it's good enough. Hey, we've all even been there a little bit in our life. Oh, it's good enough, something, whatever that is in our life. No. When you said 16 iterations, self-funded, still working a full-time job, building this, being told no, and then and you going, oh no, yeah, it can be done. She'd give me that, right? Like, I love the sass. The same way I know you needed to hear this today. Anything in your life, you just give the sass back if you know it in your heart, okay?
In a kind way.
Well, of course, in a kind way. I mean, that's it. You know, I'm going to say in the little Paige Hope sass way with a cute laugh. Like, you know.
Just add a little laugh at the end and then, you know.
Yeah.
Soothes it over.
It soothes everything over. Unless I give away all my secrets to my love. Yeah, that's when I give him sass and I giggle. No, it's kidding.
Yeah, we just giggle at the end.
Okay, now that's not what this is about. But share with everyone. So you start the formulation process and they send you samples and you're like, that's not it. Get another, right? Get your little feedback. Never same kind. That's not it. Like, guys, this isn't for the faint of heart again. 16 times. Now, way more than that. But when I met her, I'm just saying. Yeah. So like, was it the color? Was it the ingredients? Because I know you're so particular. Like this, I'm sorry. I am a self-tanning queen. I don't care. I am.
She is.
You can't tell me that for 20 years, every single week of my life for 20 years, that I'm not. I have crowned myself the self-tanning queen. And it really is the perfect formula. Okay. Not only does it make me feel good and I look good, but I know that it's changing my skin because people tell me. That's not me saying that. It's nothing to do with me, but also my well-being that I can finally. So what I know is, what was that like? Keep going. Like you're hoping, like, oh, you're opening the box. You're so excited. I know you gotta be excited.
I'm like trying to put myself back.
I know. I'm so sorry. She had no idea to ask her all these questions.
No, but it was so long ago that I'm like, but you still remember it because it's like, you're so excited. And then you're like, oh, rats. Oh, you're so excited. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, it's just like, it's like
get closer. Yeah. Get closer.
I actually had to leave this manufacturer because they couldn't grasp it. They literally would not get away from potassium sorbate. And they could not, we couldn't get the color right with the consistency. Again, when you're telling a formulator, hey, I know that self-tanning has been a thing for 25 plus years. Oh, yeah. But I want it different. I don't want a regular foam or a mousse. I don't want to spray either. I want it to be a foam and lotion hybrid. Like, you're going to stump a lot of people because there are experts out there that have dealt with self-tanners. Like, I remember one of the reasons I was going to go with my initial manufacturer is because the chemist at the place was like, oh, I've done, tanning foams for years. And I said, awesome. That's amazing. Have you done non-toxic ones? And, they're like, non-toxic. Like, no one really gets what that means. And I'm like, have you dealt with organic ingredients? And then I'm like, can we get rid of the emulsifiers and the fillers and then can we eliminate some of these preservatives, And I remember they were like, yeah, we can probably do all that. So I pay them thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. And that was my first key learning as a business owner of be really careful who you partner with, read the fine print, and I hate thinking back to that time because I literally burned cash at this moment because I didn't get my money back, and they literally could not fulfill on their side. So it was sad.
This is what I'm saying. Sometimes would be easy then to get. I spent the money. It's good enough, and I've got quotation marks going. Air quotations. I'm sorry, I should say, right? If you're not watching this, but you were like, no, I just burned time. Just burned a bunch of money.
And that wasn't the only time I burned money. There was another manufacturer that I burned money too. Yep. And I didn't have an attorney, and I almost, I tried to send my own email of, I need my money back. Like, you literally can't do this. And what they came back to me saying, this part was really sad. They said, well, why don't we just white label something that's already on the market that works, and you can put your branding on it.
See?
This was the one in Florida.
I knew it.
And I remember reading that being like, I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them.
We're going to send them a bottle. I'm like going, listen, because if you think you're going to white label my Paige Hope, you're out of your mind.
And I'm like, but they were like, it can't be done. A foam and lotion hybrid can't be done. It's going to be sticky. And they're like, I don't freaking care. I want it to last long. I want a foam and lotion hybrid, and I'm not straying from that.
I know.
And I do not want potassium freaking sorbate in that. Do you know every single self-tan has freaking potassium sorbate? And it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is a preservative that does now have clinicals behind it. And we do not need that. We use non-toxic, clean preservatives.
That's right. And I hope everybody just heard what Paige said, because I know she's not told this part of her story. Like, none of this has been put out there. And that's why I knew I didn't prep her for this. I was like, oh, we're going, girl. But if you've got something in your heart right now and you've said, gosh darn it, I know it. You don't give up. You keep going. You say who's next. I mean, I always knew that Paige was like, no, we are going to be 100% non-toxic. We're going to keep up with this. And I don't know if you heard, I don't know if you realize that when you purchase Elan Pure, not only you hearing the passion and everything behind it, but it is truly a pioneering product. There was not and is not another foam and lotion non-toxic on the market. Mm-hmm. What made you decide that's what I want?
Well, I just wrote down, literally, I took pen to paper and I was like, what's everything I love about self-tan? What's everything I hate about it?
Okay.
And I didn't personally like lotions. I didn't like using my hands. I like the mitt for some reason. That's just me. I like when my hands look really natural. I like that. Me too. I think I love it. We got to come up with a back mitt though. I got to be real with you. I have a
girl,
white spot
we got to get on that.
Yeah, we do. So anyways, I took pen to paper, what I like about it, what I don't.
Okay.
And I remember having this legitimate download. And I'm like, holy cow, it is a foam and lotion hybrid, because not only is it going to be moisture locking, but we can allow it to be buildable. I remember, because I am so pasty white, if I got a spray tan, by the end of I'd say by day 4, I'm looking scary. It's half gone. My hands look so bad. I'm like, I don't think that looks classy. That's just not me. I don't think it actually looks good. And so when I wrote down every single thing I didn't like about it, I was like, well, I want to solve every single thing on this list. And I want to be the best freaking self-tan on the market. And I want it to be non-toxic. And I want it to smell good.
Oh, can we talk about...
Without fragrance.
I know, without fragrance. If you don't mind, can we talk about... Listen, I want to do a whole... I want to go a whole hour here. I really love interviewing people. This is really my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
And I literally just had no idea. I'm dying.
I know. Well, can I just say, yeah, freaking solved all of it. When I say it all the time, people ask us, I don't care if we're at a booth or doing whatever. They say, oh, is it going to turn orange? Nope. Not, because here's how it is. Is it going to streak? Nope, not, because here it is. Is it going to be drying my skin? Nope, not, here it is. Is it easy apply? Nope. Is it going to transfer? No. I don't care what you say, because I am the self-tanning queen, as I just mentioned a little bit ago.
Yes.
And I know all the pain points. And when I get to go, nope, but can we please, do you mind if we talk about that smell? Girl, I stunk for 20 years. I know I got on planes. If anybody, I pray nobody knows who I am, and that I did. I pray.
They're like that girl with the curly hair and the stilettos and the smell of, what do people say? Tan smells like pennies. What do they say?
Pennies, biscuits. I don't know, but I'd be hoping I'd try to keep my armpits close to my sides. This is truth. Okay. So Paige, you've been the biggest blessing in my life in so many ways. So let me just tell you, can we talk about...
I'm literally dying.
I know, but I'm trying to make us laugh so we don't cry.
Yes.
That's the thing here. But in all seriousness, what made you go, oh my gosh, this has never been done. When I can't wait, everybody who's listening to this right now, to clip this out into so many clips. There's so many clips right now to this. But what made you go, you know what? What about that vanilla extract? Gosh darn it, we're not going to stink either.
It's so crazy because as I went on my non-toxic journey, I started thinking about food grade stuff. Like, okay, what you put on your skin is just as important as what you're eating. Yeah. And I literally started to be like, why aren't we putting food grade stuff on our skin? Like, what options do we have? And so I didn't go straight to vanilla. I was like, kind of like how with my hair, I do a lot of, food grade stuff on my hair to protect it and all of that. I'm like, why not do what we've had for years and years and years and years? Like what's in there? We're a natural organic brand. Let's do things that are actually food grade. And so it was literally just an instant, oh, it's vanilla. Like it was like a no-brainer, especially because we have organic caramel in it as well to give it just like a teeny bit of that caramel color. And so I'm like, okay, like we have cucumber extract, we have apple amino acids. Like we're literally trying to derive things. Our plant-based DHA is beetroot derived. And so when you go back, I'm like, let's get this food grade stuff. Let's eliminate these chemicals and bring in the basics. And when you think about it, it's like, as a society, as we evolve, I think so many people think as we evolve, they think synthetic and chemical is a good thing, right? They think, oh my gosh, that is just like higher levels of technology. But I think when we drown out all of that and we get back to the actual basics of what's actually good for us, you can eliminate that. Our ingredient list has the least amount of ingredients out of any self-tanner out there because we don't put fillers in it. And I think a lot of brands, one of the things I wanted to make sure as well as we're transparent with everything. And so when people say, hey, we have, and I can't even think of an ingredient right now in theirs. So say someone says they have like what we have, organic calendula extract or organic glycerin, whatever that is.
Yeah.
They might say, oh, they have vitamin C serum in it. But what's crazy is they can make these claims, but it can be under the percentage of what actually benefits your skin. And so I went back and I said, with my chemist, I'm like, I don't want anything in here that's actually not contributing to any of the skin health. So if there's anything in here that is not at the percentage at which it's going to do anything, don't include it because it's pointless. And what's sad is people will put things in there to make claims. Like I see this a lot with vitamin C. I see this a lot with hyaluronic acid, where people will put it in because it's a really trendy word.
Yes, a buzzword. Yeah.
But it's like at 0.3% or whatever it is that's not contributing to anything in your skin.
Correct. Like, and I've always wanted that. I can't believe I get to take this opportunity to ask you these things. And I've always known that what I was putting on my skin was so amazing, that it was the first of the kind, that it was completely pioneering. But I'm hoping that everybody's listening to us now is like, oh my gosh, like this here. And can I just say also, now, and I know I'm fast forwarding just a little bit, but you did the same thing for the face mist. Like I knew a year ago when we launched, you were like, okay, the next product is going to be an incredible self-tanning face mist. I want it to be just as amazing as our non-toxic self-tanner. I want people to feel so good about spraying this on their face, right? Because we're so particular about this. And I know you also spent a good, I'm going to say year or more, right? Formulating this, going through the different iterations as well. So what I want people to understand is not only, first I want you to understand like the background and the history of like how it started, but that then it goes into every single product. I feel like I'm holding this. Everybody can see it like a little baby right now.
It's a gorgeous bottle. I gotta say, we did an amber glass bottle for this one. And not only does it have good ingredients in there, but I am also a very, I romanticize my life a little bit. I'm like, let's make it cute, Why not make wellness cute?
Here, do you want to hold it?
Okay,
Will you
sure.
hold it in the camera right here for everybody? Will you please do this for me? I want to make sure I get shots. I don't care.
It truly, it is a lot of heart and soul. But I gotta say too, this round was so much better because I had the team, we have our affiliates, we had so many people giving feedback on it as well, where it wasn't just me. And then this time we had our actual chemists that we know and love.
Wow,
and so we could go through this. But this one still went through minimum of 10 iterations.
Oh gosh. See, I was going to ask you because I lost track.
And it actually might be more. We should probably go through that because we were going to launch this 4 months ago.
Oh, I remember.
And then
And then
we had to make some changes. And then those changes were about 4 or 5. So this really is heart and soul of not just me this time, but like the whole team, our affiliates that helped give feedback as well. Like we actually have a cute video of Tracey and I sending out samples to some affiliates.
months ago.
Oh. And it's just so fun because we got to have different faces and different textures and have oily prone skin and dry skin and acne prone skin and non-acne prone skin. So we've had every type of person test this.
Yes.
And so we can confidently say that this is non-pore clogging. This is acne friendly, non-toxic.
Yes.
And it is this natural, beautiful glow. It's not just a face tan. It really is a glow. And then what my favorite thing about it is if I need to touch up my neck or hands, because I wash my hands a lot, and I want my hands to look natural, I take that little brush and I touch up my neck and my hands. And I don't have to do like, the full thing with the foam and lotion hybrid. And it's my favorite thing ever. The other benefit to it is you go to bed and you actually wake up. I mean, for me, I'm so fair skinned that when I don't have it on my face, I look like a ghost. Like
so do I, girl.
Literally a ghost. So when I wake up and I have that face glow, like seeing it, I think sometimes it's crazy where I'm like, is this really my product? Like it is crazy. And like, I'm like, whoa, but like something that I get to use every day.
Yeah.
It actually sometimes like you don't get used to the feeling. I don't think I'll ever wake up and be like, and not think about it. Like I wake up in gratitude every morning that I put this on or I'm putting my body one on. Like I went and visited my mom the other day and I was putting on my tan and she was downstairs and she's like, oh my gosh, I can literally smell the vanilla from down here. And like, you just forget, you're like, there's a lot of heart and soul, people.
Yeah. And that's my product. And so many people.
And yours now and our team's now.
Like
everybody's.
But it came from, though, the core of what this company's been built on for the past year. And I already know, like moving forward, it's never going to matter. Whatever, we're working on another product for this fall. That's what I'm going to say. There's other things, or maybe a couple products. Like, but you just never know. Just like this, we thought we were going to launch it 4 months ago, but you heard me say it's easy to say, "Oh, good enough." I've watched it, being in the industry as well. Not only myself tanning queen for 20 years, for almost 30 years, I've been in the product development space and businesses, and it is easy to say good enough.
And we do not do that here.
No.
Because we are, I always say, we are above average.
Oh, we're way above
average.
average.
We're above average humans. You're above average brand.
Yeah.
We're about living with more energy and confidence and living optimally.
Absolutely. So, Paige, I love that it's our birthday week. It's our 50th episode.
That is so crazy.
I got the honor to pull out messaging I don't think anybody else has been able to. And I look forward to even diving in deeper. And what I want to say is the audience, one, we would love for our birthday, week here, our anniversary, also just our 50th episode. I would love to have you holding your product, whether you have the face mist, whether you have, of course, the body product, whatever it is, tag us in it. Let us know what is your favorite thing or what was the aha moment or the inspiration that I get blessed every day to hear Paige and be in her presence. But what was it? Would you please do that for me? Tag us in it so we can absolutely reshare. Paige, thank you for making an impact in all of our lives and millions of lives to come.
Tracey, you are amazing. And I could not do this without all of you guys. I was just sitting there watching you speak, tearing up again.
I know. I'm like, girl, please. I'm trying to keep it together till the end.
We're keeping it together, everybody. But no, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys as well, because like sometimes I get these these like pictures and reminders of people that actually are using it on a daily basis and are promoting us. And I think about even Shalene Johnson, we went to her event, and she was just a doll. And in the early stages of our business, her even just sharing it saved our business 1 month. Genuinely, people out there that are sharing and wanting to promote brands that are trying to do good in this world, having a good attitude, uplifting us. That is literally what makes us be able to stay. Yes, I created the product, but I wouldn't even be able to keep creating products if it weren't for the team behind me, if it weren't for you guys sharing and continuing to purchase. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't even look at the camera because I'm going to cry. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but I love you all, truly, truly.
I don't think there's anything else we need to say. And until next time, thank you.